I think sometimes in our 20s, when there's a lot of insecurity, we don't really know who we are. We look to find people that are going to give us that, right? And then I think in terms of and how women are defining themselves, we realize like, no, I got to work on myself. Like that's what this is. It's not about someone else because we want these people that are not whole to make us whole, right?
Right.
Because I'm like, well, if we all kind of grew up the same, that's what I asked my kids. I was like, what would qualify your friend to be smarter than you? You guys have had the same teachers, the same schools. Like, now, what did they go through? So it's like when I look at men, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, well, what have they experienced that would make them smarter?
Or the right
us?
suitor.
And I think that it's really unfair, right, to expect a person to fulfill us.
Yeah.
And because like what you realize in being married is like that's not the thing that's going to make you happy, right? It's really those things that you feel deeply within yourself that you haven't fixed. And so you guys are in this relationship and you're both really miserable, but you become codependent upon each other because nobody knows how to be themselves.
Yep.
And like that just comes with so much time and it's so unfair. And I think that's one of the things that we don't prepare young girls for is like this idea. I mean, there's some things that have always just existed that nobody ever wants to talk about, right? Or really deal with. It's like in the history of time, has this ever happened?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so why do we keep telling our young girls to go out and look for that?
Right.
It has never effing happened in the history of time. So then we go and tell our girls to go and like to do this unrealistic thing. And we fail them in a way. And or even, you know, so for me and as it relates to me in love, you know, I don't know. I'm open, you know. I've fallen in love in spaces I never could have imagined. And I'm like, oh God, you know me too well. You love playing games, right? And I think that I just, you know, I just remain open to it. You know, people have all these ideas. Well, God's not going to do this if you don't do this. Or I was like, please don't talk to me with your primitive idea of God. You know, you don't. If a thing is all it's all knowing and omnipotent, you can't limit what you think they can do for me.
Right.
You know, because God can send you. I mean, people have been married and find their wife in another house and go marry her.
Well,
so I'm like, don't limit what is for someone.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the thing. Like I try not to believe people's stories of what they tell me are possible for me. And I just leave it open, you know. I don't know. Like I know it when I see it and smell it and touch it, you know, if I want it or not.
Yeah.